Feeling lazy, unmotivated, or largely uninterested in life recently? You might be depressed. Let's check in on that. More likely than not, you're severely burnt out, my boy. Millennials and Gen Z are super susceptible to this, and it is largely institutional to feel this way. It isn't a bug, but a feature of our current system. Let's explore this together.
Hey yo, I'm yapping here. What the like, subscribe, let's get it.
To start, let's understand what I mean by burnout in this context and the difference between that and laziness. Laziness is often the character flaw of choosing comfort over everything else, staying comfortable because it's easy. It's always easier to turn on the TV and play the game than it is to send that email off or finish up that task that you didn't finish earlier. Burnout is the opposite of that. It is a forced biological shutdown from pushing your body well beyond your limits. I want to be Goku too, but we aren't, so we can't train like Goku. It only hurts us long term when the result is prolonged overexertion. Like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Let's get right into it. How do we even differentiate laziness from burnout? Well, burnout specifically tends to manifest in a few key ways for millennials and Gen Z. One you may already be familiar with is a dopamine crash. A dopamine crash is when your dopamine system has a much harder time finding joy and excitement like it usually does, and makes even enjoyable things feel like a massive effort. You ever caught yourself longing for how you used to be, tired after what you thought was a good night's rest, staring at your PlayStation screen after you were so excited to play the game, not knowing what game to play or which one you care about at all, everything feeling so overwhelming and feeling disconnected from your own life? That's advanced burnout, and that's depersonalization, baby boy. Burnout is treacherous and is a trap in that respect. Being depersonalized and feeling so disconnected from that for so long traps you in that cycle. The little steps, and I do mean little steps, are becoming nearly impossible to start or complete when trapped within the burnout blended. Let's jump into 3 steps that help burnout. First things first, stop performing productivity. Conserve your energy. Stop trying to look productive when you're running on fumes. Stop pretending you're okay and conserve your energy. This burnout race isn't a sprint, but a marathon that we gotta endure. And the more you pump gas into your engine that can barely handle what you're putting into it, the quicker you're gonna burn out, the quicker you're gonna overheat, the quicker you're gonna make mistakes you wish you wouldn't have made. Let's just take our time and stop trying to look busy because the boss isn't even looking. There's nobody watching you. You're safe and you're okay, and we can just relax. The fact that you got up in the morning is definitely enough to get things started. It's definitely enough for you to put on your list of something you did today. Let's take a breather on that and stop performing productivity. Save your energy. Number 2, take it one thing at a time. Overusing the power of split focus and multitasking is what got us here, and it is going to get us out. Being busier is not a way to relax, and a trick to this is to take embarrassingly small steps out of the hole of burnout. Start super small, like picking up one thing at a time. Go outside for a few minutes just to soak up the sun. Something small like those examples as opposed to starting a long log to complete. Work up to that by starting small and manageable tasks. The momentum of starting small will carry you to do more than you thought that could be possible. Even if it doesn't, that's okay. You still did something, and that clarity matters in making your next move. If you have the clarity of already having completed something, then the process to complete something else and then the process of getting something else completed is no longer a daunting task. It makes sense. You already did something for the day or today. You already did something today, and you can pick up and keep going from there. So you can do 2 things today, maybe even 3 things, maybe even 4 things. It sounds small. It sounds babyish because that's what kind of you need to do to give yourself the space to repair and relax so you can get out of the burnout state. You feel me? Number 3 is going to be remove before you add. The above steps don't work as well if this was ignored, so take note. Identify what's draining your energy and then evaluate if this is necessary or if you can do without it. Things like draining meetings, getting exhausted, or distance from exhausting people, and deleting apps that don't truly service you are a fine place to start. You can't really do any of the stuff we talked about before if you're still, putting more on your plate without taking anything off of it. It'd serve you better to think of it as a machine reset. Your brain needs time to reboot, and it can't do that if you're constantly running programs in the background. You can't effectively even think about self-care if you're still worried about radiant quest lines that never end. If you're still playing Fallout 4, for example, and you're trying to finish a story, if you pledge yourself to finish all the settlement quests that Marcus gives you at the beginning of the game, you're never going to finish the story because those quests don't end. And it's up to you to have the wherewithal and the foresight to know when to cut that quest loose or come back to it later or do something else instead of that one. The whole point is to remove that quest from your quest log so you can open up room for quests that actually get you progress. Yeah, those little quests, those radiant quests will get you progress in the short term, but it won't add up to nearly as much as you taking the time to evaluate which quest is more important. So take your time and don't be afraid to drop some things off for an hour or for forever, really, if that's what you need to do. It's all about making sure that you're bringing that load down to something you can easily handle day after day, building the resilience to get that handled day after day. And then bringing it to our level as millennials and Gen Z, I know we get called lazy a lot for our response to prolonged burnout and prolonged sensationalization of the media and things that are designed to get our attention, designed to get us tired, and designed to keep us in a burnout state. But the best thing we can do to fight that is to start small and be consistent. I'm starting this YouTube channel, I'm starting small, and I'm being consistent. I'm trying to keep my uploads as consistent as possible. If not here, it's definitely my source. Please check out my source and leave me some comments and some likes on there. And then we'll keep things going with the momentum that we built up from starting small. That's what it comes down to. And then when it comes, again, to us millennials and Gen Z, even Gen Xers, boomers, or Gen Alphas, anybody who is really honestly on the poorer side of things at this point in time, we need to learn how to do less with more, or more with less, I should say. And that starts with us internally. We can't really fight the people that oppress us or, keep us underfoot without making sure that we are managing ourselves the best we can. And these 3 steps for burnout management are going to help get us to that point. Just remember how, where we are now isn't what we're going to be in the future. And we can, change that course a bit if we build the blocks now that'll help us get there, or get to a better state in the future. Bringing it back to burnout here. Burnout can be worked on and worked with, but remember that it isn't a symptom of being lazy. It's a symptom of a system failing the people that live within it, or failing the people that live within it, like us, for example. Burnout is a sign of being pushed past capacity, and with simple steps like we outlined earlier, it can be strategically worked on. It can be administered, to help us best, or there can be steps that are administered to help us heal while we still are on the path to, getting ourselves together, on the way to work, on, the path to better ourselves through work, however daunting it may be. Much love, and love yourself before anybody else. Remember that surviving isn't the goal, living is. Like, subscribe, and go do some living. Let me know in the comments how you all feel about the video, and let me know if there's anything you do that we can add to the list. We can help build the list together. I'll throw a list in the community page as well so we can check it out and, see what else we can get from each other. Well, again, much love. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching it this far, and you have a great day.